Hinge profiles are set up so strangely, but we're here to make sense of it all. Hey, welcome to Online for Love, your #1 resource for dating by the numbers. Today we're going to be going over an online dating app called Hinge, but more specifically, we're going to be going over everything you need to know about setting up a profile on Hinge. But before we get into all that though, I did need to tell you guys about our opening line formula. Using the secret opening line formula, we've discovered that users have received 3 times the response rate they had before. And in case you don't know what dating website is best for you, I suggest you take our online dating website quiz. Our online dating website quiz will ask you a host of questions about what you're looking for in an online dating website, and at the end of the quiz, it will let you know what the perfect online dating website is for you personally. You can find those necessities in the links in the bio down below, along with our Tinder 101 hub and more. So in order to make this video a bit easier to comprehend, I've broken it down into these 4 sections. The first of which is how does Hinge work, what are question prompts, making your Hinge profile stand out, and using Hinge as a guide. And before we jump into all that, I did want to ask you guys real quick to be sure you are hitting like and subscribe. Seriously, it really does help push our videos out so that more users can utilize this information from us here at Online for Love. We super duper appreciate it. So this is going to move me into number 1 on my list, which is how does Hinge work? If you are watching this video at the moment, you are probably already familiar with Hinge and how it actually works in matching people. All potential matches on this app are linked up based off of compatibility, which is nothing like other apps like Tinder, which bases it off of kind of randomness. In order to help the algorithm work for you, you're going to have to answer a few question prompts and fill out different parts of your profile as well, so the app can actually figure out what type of person you are and match you up with other users who are similar to you. If you don't do this, then this app is going to be pretty useless to you. Your dating app profile should consist of information that you're comfortable sharing with other users, but should also be information that would leave a good first impression for other users who are checking out your profile. Potential daters do also want to see what you look like, so you should absolutely upload photos of your face, clear images I'm talking about, and your body as well. And it doesn't necessarily need to be just that. Doing things that are like your hobbies, let's say you like fishing and showing yourself fishing, you can also show what you look like in that photo as well. The best Hinge photos are always taken somewhere that is outside because they look pretty natural and they're not too forced. Right now, most of the users on Hinge are under the age of 30 years old, so if you are in that age range as well, this is going to be great for you because it's going to give you most potential matches that you can get from this app, and you should be having a pretty easy time in the app if you are in that age range and you know how to set up your profile correctly. With all that being said though, do you think that Hinge is the best dating app for you? Well, to find out if it is, you should definitely check out our online dating website quiz. Our online dating website quiz is going to ask you a host of questions about what you're looking for in an online dating website, and at the end of that quiz, it's going to let you know what the perfect online dating website is for you personally. So this is going to move me into number 2 on my list, which is what are question prompts? Question prompts in Hinge are actually what helps the app stand out amongst other online dating apps. And you have probably already seen very popular question prompts, maybe because you looked it up on the internet and you were trying to find a creative way to have a creative prompt on Hinge. The question prompts can be goofy, but they can also be serious, and they can also be a way for you to show exactly who you are to other users who are visiting your profile. You could even leave a flirty pickup line that could leave women wanting to message you after they've read it. There are also Hinge photo prompts that you can utilize as well, and these are not as popular as the question prompts on the app. However, if you can figure out a way to actually utilize them and make your profile stick out, that's going to be great for you because it'll make you more unique against the wall of users that other users are looking at. Your Hinge bio is also something that you write completely separately as well, so you want to make sure that you're not repeating yourself when it comes to your prompts in your bio, and it is also a good idea to constantly update your prompts as well so that your profile can seem fresh. Your prompt answers can really make or break a match as well, so make sure that whatever you're saying is true to yourself, and whatever you're saying is also not offensive or vulgar or anything that wouldn't be deemed acceptable on an online dating app. Keep your answers and opening lines short, and make sure that it's interesting enough though that other users would want to reach out to you. Even though some of these prompts are about the dorkiest things that you've ever done or what your family plans are in the future, you shouldn't take them too seriously, and you should keep everything light and fluffy. Your answers are going to showcase your personality, and they're just as important as your profile pictures on Hinge. So whatever you write, make sure it's going to be something that other people are going to want to respond to. Once someone does respond to your message though, you do have to respond back, and there are going to be cases where you have to send that first message as well. And one way you can ensure that you're going to get a response back is by checking out our secret opening line formula. Using our secret opening line formula, we found that users have had a 3 times more response rate versus when they weren't using the opening line formula before. So if you want to have better conversations which can lead to better dates, you should definitely check out our secret opening line formula. So this is going to move me on to number 3 on my list, which is making your Hinge profile stand out. You definitely won't make your Hinge profile stick out if you search some good prompt answers on the internet and copied and pasted them into your profile. Other users are going to know about this and it's going to make you seem really bland. The best way to have a great Hinge prompt is to make it original and something that is funny or light and fluffy and something that relates to you as well. So if you want to set up a great Hinge profile, you should definitely follow these steps. And of course, the first and what I think is the most obvious step is to choose some great profile photos for your profile. I believe most users actually do know how important it is to look good in your profile pics on online dating apps. And it's really important that the photo itself is high quality and shows a clear image of your face as well. People want to know who they are matching with. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go hire a photographer to have some great high quality photos, although that wouldn't be a bad idea, but you don't want them to seem too stiff either. You don't want to make your profile picture something that would be like your driver's license or a corporate photo. Those don't really show your personality, and you want to show yourself doing things that are your hobbies. So let's say you are somebody who loves to go to the gym. Showing photos of yourself at the gym while you're working out without making it seem too trashy is going to be a great example of a good profile photo on Hinge. You want to also make sure as well that you have multiple photos of yourself on Hinge as well. You don't want to just have them bare minimum, and having photos with a group of friends is a good idea. If you just do it for one photo, you don't want to make it difficult for other users to figure out who exactly you are when they're looking at your profile. The next tip I have for you is to carefully select your prompts. As we already mentioned, prompts on Hinge are questions or texts that you can respond to and that are posted onto your profile, and there are about 100 of them to choose from. However, you get to choose which ones actually appear on your profile. You want to make sure that you are carefully selecting which ones that you are choosing and that you can give the best answers to. I think personally that a mix of funny answers as well as a bit more serious answers that kind of allude to what you're into and what you like is going to be a good mix for Hinge. It's always good to be a funny person, but you also want to show that you are mature as well. You don't want to just seem like the class clown to another potential match on Hinge because, again, this is an app where people are looking for more serious relationships. It's always a good idea as well to actually update your prompts every so often so that you can make sure that it's following true to who you are, and it's always a good idea to keep your profiles up to date. And the next bit of advice I have for you guys is to show a good sense of humor. I can't stress enough how important it is to have good humor when creating a dating profile, and that's true to almost all dating profiles, including Hinge. Having a good sense of humor on these apps is absolutely going to lend to you getting more messages on the app as well and getting more responses too. If you were to have an all serious profile on Hinge, you are not going to find a lot of success on this app because people don't want to have only serious conversations. And again, like I said earlier, you do want that humor in there, but you also want to make sure that you're not doing anything that is extremely offensive in that humor as well. You want to make sure that it's something that is going to be friendly to anybody who actually views your profile. Again, dating apps are a place to be attractive, not offensive. And the last bit of advice I have for you in making a great profile is to be genuine. It's really important to be genuine in your online dating profiles because when you actually go and meet these people for a date, you don't want to be somebody who you're not. You want to be yourself. You want to be somebody who presented themselves and found somebody who was attracted to you for you. Many people try to deceive others using dating profiles. They, for example, show that they have more money than they really do, or they show themselves in photoshopped images so that they look better than they really do. And it really is a bad first met in real life impression when they see you in real life and you're not any of those things. If you want good success on all dating apps, then you need to be genuine in who you are and what you're looking for. So this is going to move me on to the last one on my list. But before we jump into that, I did want to ask you guys to be sure you are hitting like and subscribe. Seriously, it really does help push our videos out so that more users can utilize this information from us here at Online for Love. We super duper appreciate it. So this is going to move me on to number 4 on my list, which is using Hinge as a guy. When you're a guy using any dating platform, you are going to see a lot of frustration among men because using these online dating platforms is something that is not easy to master. Most guys constantly make the same mistakes over and over again, so if you want to not be one of those guys and get potential matches and dates, then you should absolutely listen to this advice. My first piece of advice to give to you is to not swipe right on absolutely everybody. There are a lot of guys out there who will constantly swipe right on every single profile, but the key is to swipe right on profiles of people who you think you would actually click with. For example, if you were somebody who was a gamer and an introvert, and you swipe right on somebody who goes out clubbing all the time simply because they are physically attractive, she is not going to be interested in you, and you just wasted that right swipe on somebody who isn't going to be interested in you. You want to find other users who you can actually see yourself being friends with, and from there, you're going to have some great dates with that person. Another big mistake I see as well is that a lot of guys leave their profiles very empty. An empty profile alludes to a profile being fake or to you hiding something. You want to not be afraid to show who you are. Have plenty of photos that show you in good angles. Tell a lot about yourself in your bio, but not too much, but enough so that people can get an introduction to actually who you are and feel like what kind of person you are simply from that. Think about it. The best female Hinge profiles have a bunch of photos on them and a lot of information as well, so why wouldn't you provide the same amount of content? And another thing you want to avoid after you make a match with somebody is asking for a phone number too quickly. You want to make sure that when you do ask for that phone number, you've already had a good bit of conversation and a spark has already happened. At the same time, you don't want to ask for that phone number too late either. You don't have to ask for a phone number at all even. You can even ask for a date and to meet up with them and just use the app as a form of communication as well. Of course, if you do need to send that first message, I do suggest that you guys check out our secret opening line formula. Using the secret opening line formula, we've discovered that users have received 3 times the response rate that they had before. And in case you don't know what dating website is best for you, I suggest you take our online dating website quiz. Our online dating website quiz will ask you a host of questions about what you're looking for in an online dating website. And at the end of the quiz, it'll let you know what the perfect online dating website is for you personally. You can find those necessities in the links in the bio down below, along with our Tinder 101 hub and more. If you guys want to see some more content from us, be sure to check out the videos popping up on my left and right here. And I did want to ask you guys again to be sure you are hitting like and subscribe. Seriously, we super duper appreciate it. I'll catch you guys here next time on Online for Love. See ya.